she started, for those listening, she's showing off her engagement ring. Welcome to Rachel Uncensored, one of the few places on the internet that you can find an uncensored version of me. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time you're listening to me on this podcast as an engaged woman.
Also,
hello.
Here we go.
I'm here with my fiance.
I just love it.
I love it so much. I was actually talking to one of my guy friends who just got married, and he was like, saying fiance is always it sounds a little pretentious.
Yeah, it's French.
Yeah, it's like, my fiance.
That's why it sounds pretentious.
Is that what it is?
I'm pretty sure it's well, I think it's a French word. So that's why it sounds pretentious. It's also just not like, it's not a normal word for the English language in a way where we like do the at the end.
Is that what it is?
Fiancé.
Is it the eh?
It's an sound, like fiancé.
Fiancé.
Fiancé. Hein?
Fiancé. Oui, oui. Bonjour.
So I think that's why.
Parlez-vous français?
Parlez-vous? Sacré bleu.
Oh, God.
That means like fuck you or something.
You put some spit into that one. You too. I'm not good at languages, and we all know this. So if you've missed it, I don't know how you did, but a week ago exactly, but we've only announced it. We announced it on Monday.
Today is Wednesday.
But a week prior, not a week prior. Yeah, a week from today. A week ago
today. Aww.
We got engaged.
It's been
Wednesday.
a whole week.
But tomorrow will be a full week, which is Wednesday for them. Yeah.
I can't believe that.
It's
crazy.
been a hell of a ride. It's been a lot of fun. I'm exhausted.
It's been a whirlwind, but also has felt so normal.
Yes.
You know, where you're not like in moments being like, oh my gosh, what the fuck?
Oh,
what's going on? I can't believe this. It's just been like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then also, oh, these people are like so happy for us. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's how I felt.
The outpouring of love has been not unexpected, but just like, I guess I didn't expect this much.
You never really know. And then you kind of always assume everyone is just like living their own lives and not really.
Yeah. Like I expected everyone to be kind of like happy, like, oh, congratulations. But I feel like the overwhelming outpouring of love was I just didn't expect it.
Yeah. Big spotlight on us as far as people really what's the word? I don't know what the word is. Like when you're showering, like the showering of love that we've had is a lot. That was overwhelming for me because it's not something I expected, was just people showering us with, there's so much excitement, so much love, so much happiness for us and wanting to celebrate us together. And I don't know, it's always just weird to me because I don't think people care that much.
That's what I think. I'm always like, no one cares. Everyone
cares.
is selfish and no one cares. So I just think everyone's in their
people
own
are
world.
busy with their own lives and like they're having babies.
They'll
and
double tap the picture and move on is what I thought.
Yeah. I have been genuinely shocked by the amount of friends and people that have like texted me and commented with such wonderful, like loving words of
praise,
affirmation.
Yeah, I don't want to say praise, but like,
I don't know.
We clearly just weren't expecting it.
Yeah,
we don't have words. I'm also sweating. I need to turn the AC on. Give me 1 sec. Okay, I turned the AC on. Abbie took a sip of her drink. Okay, but so hello.
People have questions, right?
So yes, so I'm gonna do a little hello. So we got engaged on Wednesday, October 1st. There's quite a story to tell. I feel. A lot of people.
Yeah, there's some context, some backstory, some.
A lot of people have asked a lot of questions. A lot of them everyone asks like the same 10 questions. And I feel if we just tell the story of literally everything, the same story we've been telling all our friends and family, it'll answer most questions. And then there's a few questions people have asked that I was like, oh yeah, we should touch on that. But the details. Did you want to start? So this also, okay.
Oh,
I'll lead you in.
From the beginning?
Let's start
Genesis.
at the very Exodus, Leviticus. I'll take on Numbers and Deuteronomy.
You went Sound of Music. I went Bible.
That's our childhoods right there.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I love The Sound of Music. You know, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yes. That, Mamma Mia, and Dan in Real Life.
Yes. And this is why I'm marrying you.
Yes. Okay.
The only reason. No.
The only one is I know her movies.
Okay.
No, okay.
From the beginning, from the top.
I'll lead you in. So
What does that mean?
I'm gonna
You're gonna start
I'm
and
like
then say-
basically yes. I'm gonna hand it over to you. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this all started back in March. Now it's you.
Okay, I don't know the exact date, but I do know it was before I brought it up to Rachel. And I brought it up to Rachel April 1st. So it had to have been
A week or two.
a couple weeks before. I was in our bedroom and I was like walking from our bathroom to our bedroom, and I just had like a epiphany, if you will, or just like a little voice, a little birdie was like in my ear, and it was like clear as day, but also so random, where I just like had this thought, and it was like, you're going to propose to Rachel. And I was like, okay, yes.
So
It was me talking, but at the same time, it felt very...
well, no one thinks that it was you having a thought.
Yeah, it was just, but it was also very like, it just like came from a place that I was not thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of feels a little like woo-woo, like spiritual in a way, but I think it was also just, maybe it was just the universe.
Yeah. Because we've, throughout our relationship, when we met, I was like, oh, I want to marry you. I'll marry you. Whatever you want. I want to be with you forever.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, well, that's okay. Relax. Don't love bomb. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay. And then
I'm like a crock pot. I like to have to simmer a little bit.
Yeah. And
take my time.
this is very Abbie. Abbie's always been very truthful where she stands with me. We've had a lot of talks about relationships. We're very open and very honest with each other. And just marriage, it didn't feel right ever in in those moments. You're like, because
It's just such a big decision.
Yeah. And you're someone you're not going to say yes unless you are 100% sure that you are in, which I love, because I wouldn't ever want to be with someone that was like, oh yeah, we can get married, but was really wishy-washy.
Yeah.
And so our whole relationship, I wanted to get married, but it was like, oh, it's way too soon. And then I just loved my life with you.
Yeah.
That it seemed, because a lot of people were like, I thought you guys were against marriage, or you didn't ever think you would get married. It was just like something that didn't need to happen with us.
Yes, because I thought marriage is amazing, and I think it's awesome, and it's wonderful for so many different people. But at the time, I also was having feelings of, does it matter how you sort of express your love for someone by like signing a paper, Yeah. So that was always my thing, is like, if I love Rachel and I'm committed to her and I tell her I'm committed to her, what is the point of, like, what is the actual thought behind the whole marriage thing? Because, the patriarchy and the blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that was sort of my stance for a long time. And then just a few things happened throughout our relationship, like early this year. And well, actually our entire relationship, that I think later on I looked back on and was like, holy shit. This is like the person. Well, I'm also in therapy, so like I talk about my relationship obviously in therapy, and it was brought up a lot where Rachel is somebody that you would want to spend the rest of your life with, because you and her can go through very difficult things together.
Yeah, and we have.
But also just enjoy the normal sides of life. Like, we are best friends.
Yeah, we love doing absolutely nothing together and the biggest things together.
Yeah, big and small. We've gone through it all. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but it works. So, like,
we've
I don't know.
done all the things that people are like, this is the test of the relationship. We've moved, we've remodeled, we've vacationed, we've done all the things.
Traveled, we've gone through grief together, and
we've done the things that are like, if you can do these, then your relationship will last. We've done all those without even thinking about it.
Yeah. So, the beginning of this year, it was just, I reflected a lot on all those things. It was like, yes. This is like someone you would literally want to grow old with. I had like a serious like surgery last year, and like the way that Rachel was able to support me and be there for me, and everything was aligning. And so, back in like a couple weeks before April, I just had this like thought came into my brain, and I was like, okay, I received it, talked to my therapist about it immediately. Didn't tell Rachel yet.
I'm just doing my daily thing, being a complete goober.
I also knew where you were at. So it wasn't like I had to be like, oh my gosh, babe, I've been having this feeling and I'm not sure if you're feeling the same way. It was obvious that you had felt that way. And so I sort of just came up to where you were and discussed it. I mean, it wasn't really a discussion. It was just like, my therapist was like, finally, basically is what she said to me.
Her therapist likes me a little bit.
Of course she does. I mean, all I've ever said is amazing things because there's nothing else to say. So that happened in the like end of March. And then April 1st, and every time I tell the story, they're like, oh, April 1st of April Fool's Day. And I'm like, I kind of roll my eyes each time because it's the same fucking joke that everyone like brings up. Yes, it was April Fool's Day technically, but Rachel and I don't do pranks. Rachel doesn't like pranks.
I hate them.
And I just say April 1st because that was the day it happened to be. And I think it's kind of cool that it was the first of the month, of any month. So... And we we're actually sitting here on the couch.
Yes. And I didn't for a second think it was an April Fool's joke.
Because we don't do that. We don't do that.
No.
So we don't do that stuff. Rachel was sitting on one end of the couch and I was on the other. And I just like, casually, as I do. Actually, you remember it better than I do because I feel like we've told this to people and you're like, that's not what you said.
You said, how does 2026 sound?
Okay.
And I went... And I
said 2026
or 2027. You asked how
I think
a year
I said
sounded.
2027.
Okay, you asked how 2027
But that's how
sounded.
I said it.
Yes.
It was like, how does that year sound?
Yeah.
And what did you say?
And I said, for what? Immediately in my brain, I was like, is she talking about marriage? But I'm not going to say that because I know who Abbie is as a human. And I know if I had said that, that would have stressed her out if that's not what she was talking about.
Sure. I mean, yeah. But
because you
would
would
have
been
been
like,
you thought about that. That was very considerate.
Because if it wasn't what you were thought about that, and I said, "Oh, what marriage?" You'd have been like, "Oh shit, that's on Rachel's mind." But as you,
good thing it already was.
Yeah. But you were like,
Yes, I know that is so funny because it was such a random thing to say, and it was just in the air for a while that this is something that Rachel wants, and I don't know. I just was kind of like,
but it wasn't any pressure I was putting on, and it wasn't. It
No,
wasn't a thorn in our relationship by any means.
No. In fact, when she said, I remember like going back a little bit. I remember when you were like, I want to marry the hell out of you, but I know that that's not something that you're really wanting. And so just being with you forever is like enough for me. And I think that was a little, and there were a couple things, but like that was one thing that just was like, ding, that's the right person you want to be with. That was the right answer. Like, and it wasn't like I was trying to trick her into that, but just looking back, like reflecting on that, I was like, oh yeah, that's someone who's not trying to force you into something.
Yeah.
That is the type of person you want to be with. And so that was like another check off of the list of like reasons why I would want to be with you forever.
Yeah.
So when I said that and you were like, what? And
you were like,
I said, and then it was like, obviously,
and
okay.
I kind of giggled and you're like, I think that'll be our year.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the conversation.
Yeah. No, that sounds exactly right.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't remember. And then at that point I started blacking out.
Well, no, I think at that point I said, I think that'll be our year. And you said to get engaged or to get married.
Yes. That's what I said.
And I said to get married. I said, I think a whole year of being engaged is good, which would be like all of 2026.
Yeah.
And then beginning of 2027 would be like the time to get, time for the wedding.
And I just kind of giggled a little bit and we took a second and then I was like, okay, are you for real? And you're like, yeah. I was like, okay. And then it just went from there. People talk about things like falling into place. Yeah.
It really did though.
Yeah.
It was really easy. I think because we also had such a honest discussion initially, then everything after was we talked about, okay, this year, okay, great. And then from there it was just sort of, we both knew.
Yes. Because it was one of those things where it's like, Abbie is, I've said this a million times, she's 0 to 100, all or nothing. And I was like, oh, she's in. She had the conversation. She's in. I've been in. I was like, okay, there was no cold feet. So it was exactly 6 months from when we had that discussion to when we got engaged. And I don't think, definitely 100% not on my end. Was there any
no, that was actually very like serendipitous that even happened.
Yes.
But we thought about it later after the fact. We were like, oh my gosh, that was 6 months to the day.
Yeah. I thought it, yeah.
When we were just meant to be, baby.
Oh, we did it. Yes.
I don't believe in soulmates, but I think that if they they existed, you would be mine.
I think, yes, I agree. We've
Right?
worked very, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've worked very hard on our relationship and ourselves individually. And
Yeah.
it's really worked. We've found someone that wants to work on themselves.
Yeah.
And that's great. But yeah, I feel like in the last 6 months, there hasn't been, I can't speak for you, but on my end, there's been no cold feet, no second guessing. Mm-mm. It's like, okay, this is the next path. And it's been very, very exciting.
And very easy.
Very easy.
Nothing has been treacherous or like difficult to get through.
No. Home Chef is our sponsor for today. It's that time of year again that I absolutely dread. The days are getting shorter and a little crispier, if I do say so myself. I find myself craving comfort, warmth, and home-cooked meals. Home Chef makes it easy with their oven-ready options and healthy recipes that hit the spot without me stressing over what's for dinner. Home Chef is rated #1 by users and other meal kits for quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. If I can do it, then so can you. And don't worry, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Home Chef has over 30 meal options each week with choices for different diets and tastes. Plus, it's affordable. Home Chef customers save an average of $86 per month on groceries. And in this economy, you can't ask for better than that. So for a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/Rachel. That's homechef.com/Rachel for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/Rachel. You must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. So we told our parents. We told my parents on Easter, and I told a lot of my family, like, hey, just so you know, we're planning on getting married.
Well, I wanted to bring it up to Rachel's mom and dad first.
Yes.
To be like, I want to tell your parents that we want to get engaged. And
Yeah.
that was very special to me because it was sort of like asking for their blessing, but it's kind of like you don't need to ask someone for their blessing.
No.
Always. So that was like the initial thing I wanted to do was talk to your mom about it. And then obviously your dad came in and was like, what? And he's like, oh, yay. No, it was so
Big goofy
cute. So
is.
it was during Easter and your mom was over the moon.
Yeah.
She was so thrilled.
So we told some of my family members then, and then we told some of our really close friends that we were planning on it. We hadn't set a date of the engagement. We were just like, yeah, we've decided that we're going to get engaged. We decided because we know when we want our wedding to be. Mm-hmm. So we started kind of saying that. No one really asked when we're getting engaged. They're like, oh, when's the wedding? So we had like a pre-engagement announcement,
where we were
basically.
like, we're announcing that we're going to get engaged.
One day.
Like we're announcing the potential engagement. Yeah. So that was just very us though. Because it was.
We're very
and it was
open and honest.
It was so genuine. Like we had decided in April. And so of course we wanted to tell everyone that this is what we wanted to do. But we just hadn't done it yet.
Yeah.
So it was sort of up in the air as far as when it would be. And I knew immediately that I was going to be the one to propose though.
Well, you had a little voice that told you,
Well,
but everyone assumed I would be the one to do it.
Yeah, I think that was the whole thing too. Is I knew everyone was assuming that I would be proposed to. Like,
yes,
you would be the one proposing, but it just was so exactly what I wanted. Where I just feel like you deserve to be proposed to.
And I love that.
And so that was like really important to me. That was like part of the expression was that I proposed to you.
Yes.
So
I love that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people were asking about the rings. So that was quite that was a journey. The rings were a journey. So
it was.
Again, Abbie and I are we're best friends and we talk nonstop. So the fact that we were able to not talk about the actual exact proposal to each other was
it was awful.
It was terrible. But the rings we were talking about immediately because again, Abbie 0 to 100. She's like looking at places for the wedding and looking at rings and looking at all these things right off the bat and sent me 1,000 different rings. We went on a couple dates together. We went to Santa Monica. Okay. Side note. We really wanted to make sure our rings were not from just like a big conglomerate. Mm-hmm. So we were like, we'd love a female owned,
like woman owned, ethically sourced,
maybe LGBTQ plus friendly.
Those three things were like, but it was hard to find all three. So I was like, okay, 1 or 2 of the 3 would be great.
Yeah.
So we found ethically sourced and woman owned.
Yes. So we found a couple jewelers that had brick and mortar stores in Santa Monica. So we're like, oh, let's go on a date to Santa Monica and go to that that store and like try on rings and stuff. And we went and we both had an idea of what we wanted, and we went and tried on rings there. No.
Yeah,
we
actually,
both were immediately no.
What ended up happening is we left knowing what we didn't want.
Yes.
Which is helpful, but like not exciting. That's
No.
like kind of discouraging. You're like, well, at least I know what I don't want because none of that I liked. But I guess it was helpful in a way. But so then from there.
And also so expensive.
So expensive and just very like.
I didn't like the atmosphere.
The steps you needed to take. We didn't book an appointment, remember?
Yes.
So then we couldn't see the back room, which is where there were like more rings. We could just see the storefront area.
It's very salesman-y, which I understand, but I hate.
It felt very, it felt like they were trying to sell us something and also make sure we don't steal something at the same time.
Yeah.
And
I felt like an
I get that.
inconvenience. I felt like a very big inconvenience.
Because they're like, oh, you didn't book an appointment. You're just window shopping. And I'm like, no, I'm going to propose to this girl.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It just was, it felt too uptight.
But if you do book an appointment, they're expecting you to purchase a ring right then.
Oh, yeah.
and there.
That's the other thing. Is like, well, then they don't take you seriously if you don't book. But if you do book, they take you very seriously and you better buy one that day.
Yeah.
And we had just started shopping. So it was like we just wanted to kind of explore. So we went there and it was whatever.
And then we went to a huge jewelry store near us that wasn't ethical or woman owned or small business or anything, but we were like, we need to find the rings we like.
Yeah.
And in my brain originally, I wanted a very stereotypical female engagement ring. Mm-hmm. And you were like, are you sure? And Colleen was like, are you sure?
Everyone's like, are you sure? And you're like, yes.
In my brain, because when I think of like a gorgeous ring, that's what I think of.
Sure.
And I was like, okay. And I went and tried them on and I was like, no, this is not right. And then I was like, maybe it's the diamond. So for a while I was like, I want a salt and pepper diamond. Mm-hmm. And I had designed some, because there's a bunch of websites you can design rings on. And I designed some and they were gorgeous rings. I still think they're gorgeous, but they just would not look right on me. And then I was like, okay. So I tried on men's wedding rings, wedding bands. I was like, I hate these. These are not.
Yeah.
I was like,
too thick. They were just like bulky and
they're not special.
They didn't have enough diamonds and they were very plain and not didn't have any character or
there's no pizzazz. So we both ended up finding rings we liked on Etsy. Actually, Abbie helped me find my ring because
I just randomly went on there. I had been searching all over the place, all over the internet. I was asking ChatGPT. I was asking friends. I was on Instagram. I was looking for something specific, and with you were having a hard time finding exactly what you wanted. So then I was like, what about Etsy? Like they do a lot of customized. I mean, you can if you want something that's like kind of odd or like customizable, it's on Etsy.
Yes.
So I'm like, what do they do engagement rings on there? And it was like, oh my gosh, I just knew that's where we were going to be. So that was it. I was like, okay, this is where we'll find the rings we want.
So she found exactly what she wanted, and I knew the cut she wanted. I knew the size she wanted. She sent me the link to this.
Yeah, I was like, here you go.
And I just purchased it. I purchased it in May, and it got here a month later. And so oh my gosh, I forgot. I have the video of when I opened it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you need to show that.
I haven't put that anywhere yet.
I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, I went to the post office and she called me when I was at the post office. I was like, I can't talk now. She's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
she was being so weird. I'm like, I called her to like ask her a simple question. She's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, normally she answered the phone. She's like, baby. And then she answered that way, like, hey, what's up? Like I was inconveniencing her and I was like, are you okay? Are you having a stroke? She's like, I'm just like, I'm in line. I'm like busy. I'm like, so the more she talked, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I feel like if she would have answered like she normally did, I would be like, oh, blah, 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 bye. But because she answered so weird, I was like, what are you doing? And I had questions. And then she's like, I'm just doing something.
I'll call you right back.
I'm like, okay. And I was just like out of my brain, whatever.
And whenever I get like that, I'm doing something for you.
Yeah. And so I just was like, okay, she's being nice. She's doing something.
I'm just going to take a note of that.
I'm just going to like wonder what that was, but just not. I won't press it. So
no.
That happened, and then
with my ring, she was sending me photo after photo after photo. She's like, "Do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this?"
No,
and I was,
no.
And I was like,
I
like this of this, and I like this of this, and I like this of this, but this would be bigger. And she's like, "Okay." I didn't think she was buying one. I thought she was just helping me on my journey. And then I had said I liked things from different rings, and then it stopped.
Well, we like kind of designed it together, but not really, because she told me sort of based off of just process of elimination what you didn't like, and then you're like, I do like this. I curated a ring and just kind of like hoped.
Yes.
But I knew, like,
Yeah.
I know you. We talked about it. Like, I knew what you wanted. So
The one thing about Etsy, though, is this was something that I felt so bad for you, but also I love you so much for it. She had the ring delivered, and she said the diamonds aren't big enough, and she sent it back. And had bigger diamonds.
No,
put
I was
in.
gonna tell that part. So I ordered the ring, and I just was like, all right, we're doing this. Ordered the ring. So Rachel like knew, like, she explained to me what type of ring she wanted. I created it, but then she was like, great, but then didn't know that I was like when I was gonna buy it.
No,
Same with my ring. Like, I sent it to you, and you were like, great, and then I didn't ask, are you buying it? Did you buy it? Is it here?
Yeah,
So it was the same sort of process. It was just different because I knew exactly what I wanted, and she sort of just like told me what she wanted. So then I bought it, and it showed up, and I was so excited. I like sent friends of ours like a picture of the, like, oh my gosh, the ring is here, like in the box, but I hadn't seen it yet. And then I open it, and like, oh my gosh, I hate that. My heart like genuinely dropped out of my chest.
I hate that for you, but I love that you wanted me to have something perfect.
I took so much time to curate like exactly what I wanted and explain exactly what I wanted. And I even got like a picture and okayed it. I was like, great, amazing. It's so hard when you're looking at photos of things because it's so much closer than it really is in real life. Anyways.
Yeah, you can't see how it's going to be on someone's hand in
Yeah,
real
like,
life. It's so different.
I had no concept of what like diamonds look like in real life compared to like a photo. So when it came, I just knew instantly it was not what I wanted. So I contacted the jeweler and said, I'm so sorry. Nothing against you guys. I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
I will pay whatever I need to pay. Can I please send this back to you and you can like make the diamonds bigger? And she said yes. Yeah. Immediately. I sent it back. But that was like it kind of sucks when you like get the ring, you're like so excited, then you're like, bye. Okay, bye, ring.
And then you paid.
Please don't get lost in the mail.
And like, you paid even more money to have it redone.
Yeah, I had to pay more money to get it redone, but that didn't matter to me. I just wanted it to be exactly what it needed, like what I visualized. So then,
well, you visualized perfectly.
Yeah. I that's what I wanted, and that's what eventually we got. It was just a little bit. I had to be patient, so sent it back a week or two later. I think maybe 3 weeks later, I got it back. And it was perfect. And then I just kind of sat on it and was waiting for the right moment.
So the Etsy stores, we both bought from different Etsy stores, but they were both woman owned and small business. And hers is lab grown diamond, mine is moissanite, which when it's I have a bunch of diamonds, but when they're these small, you can't see a difference whatsoever. Yeah. But we didn't want one forged from the earth. We wanted lab grown.
They call that natural or blood diamond.
Blood.
Because it takes manpower to go get them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's kind of dangerous for them. Yeah. So yeah, we did ethically sourced, so lab grown. Mm-hmm. Moissanite is also lab grown. It's just a different way that they do it. So yeah.
And I wanted that. I was like, I don't want you.
Yeah, I asked her. I was like, "What do you want?" She's like,
I said the cheapest
diamond.
Give
me the cheapest ones. I'm like, okay. They were smaller.
Yeah, if I was having a huge one in the middle like yours, I would have wanted a lab grown.
Sure.
Because there is a little bit of a difference. But with ones like this, which is exactly what I wanted, moissanite is totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay. We've already been talking half hour. Our stories keep going.
Then we both knew we were going to propose to each other, but apparently, like, I thought I was proposing to Rachel. Well, I knew I was. And then she thought she was proposing to me.
And we had been trying to figure out, both of us on our own. I knew I wanted to ask, someone asked, did you ask her parents' blessing? So I knew I wanted to do that in person. And I knew that you were going to go home. Yeah. And I was going to go meet you. I have such a close relationship with her parents. I love her parents so freaking much. And I knew I was going to go out there. I was like, oh, that's when I'm going to go. That's when I'll ask them. And so time-wise, I'm looking at it. I wanted to do it this year. I wanted to wait till I could ask your parents, but I didn't want to do it immediately afterwards because I know our schedules. Everything's so crazy, and I wanted to do it before the holidays. So before you went back to the East Coast to visit your parents, I've been trying, I procrastinate a little bit, but I've been trying to figure out when. And I was like, okay, when she gets back, is there a time, an opportunity? And we talked on our date before you went to the East Coast, because every time we're away from each other, we have to have a date first. That's the rule.
Yeah.
So we were on a date in the area in which we had our first date. And we were at dinner and stuff, and we were walking through the park afterwards. And I was like, it would be really cute if we recreated our first date. And I was like, not really thinking about the proposal, but at the same time, I kind of was.
Yeah.
But it was just like a very natural conversation. As I was saying, oh, wouldn't it be cute if we recreated our first date, is kind of when I was like, oh my God, that's when I could propose. Like, I gave myself the idea.
That's kind of what I thought. It was like, well, that'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Like, we were waiting for the perfect time, and just knowing that it was going to be something that was like recreating something that was so special to us.
Yeah.
I think both of us like separately thought, okay, that might be a good time to do it.
Yeah. Because we've both have talked.
Which is so funny, but not, because Rachel and I are like two brains. A lot of the time, we're always on the same page.
Yes. We have very different brains, but are always on the same path.
Yeah. Different brains. I don't have ADHD, but
I don't have sleepy.
but she's just not a sleepy girl. But what I mean by that is, like, we have two brains, where the same brain where we have the same thoughts and emotions about very specific things.
Yes. Yes. We're always on the same page, is what we always say.
We navigate differently, like individually.
Yeah.
But as one, we're like always.
Mm-hmm. The destination's always same, but the journey's different.
Yeah.
Completely. I was going to say, we had talked, because we talked so much, even before we decided that we wanted to get engaged, we had talked about what types of proposals we would like. And both of us have always said we want something extremely intimate.
Yeah.
We do not like grand gestures. We do not like public spaces. Our favorite thing is when it's just when we're just together. And that's when we do best in life. It's just like her and I doing things one-on-one. And that's my favorite. So I knew it needed to be more intimate, more like no grand gesture, no huge like groups of people, Jumbotron at a sports event is not our jam.
Yeah, like in front of a crowd where you're like, marry me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't seem, that's not us at all.
No. And I knew I would want to film it, even if it wouldn't even end up on the internet, was always a thought of mine. Like, no matter what, I wanted to film, because I knew we'd want to show people. But Abbie is so fucking supportive of my job that you already knew you're like, I'm going to make sure she films it or it's filmed so that she can post it.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case.
Like, just in case. If we don't want to use the footage, that's fine. Or if Rachel doesn't want to use the footage, that's fine. But it made sense to have that just in case.
Yeah.
That was my thought process about it.
So when I did go back to her parents' house, we went to the East Coast. She went out to the East Coast for a few weeks. If you watch my vlog channel, you know I was alone for 2 weeks. It was very hard. And then I went out and met her. And then I wanted to not ask for her parents' permission, but just open up the floor for conversation and just get their official, blessing.
Yeah.
I don't know, because
so sweet. I had no idea she was doing that, obviously.
You have such a close relationship with your parents, and I'm obsessed with them. They're such great people. There wasn't even a thought that they would be like, negativeness.
Right.
But I thought maybe your mom is such a question asker and so intuitive, and
she's inquisitive. She's very open.
She loves having conversation.
Open dialogue is like my mother's middle name.
Yes. So there was a day or night where Abbie went to Pilates, and I was like, I have to work. I can't go with you. My shoulder hurts. I don't know. But I knew I just needed you to go away so I could talk to your parents.
And I was like, okay, bye. I'm going to go work out.
So when she left, I was on the deck with her parents, and I didn't tell them when I was proposing, but I said, Abbie and I have talked about how we're going to get married, and we're probably gonna get engaged sometime soon. So I just wanted to open up the floor if you guys had any questions or concerns, and just ask for your official blessing. And her mom shot out of her chair, ran straight over to me, and gave me the biggest hug in the world. And she was like, "Oh, you didn't need to ask us. Of course, we love you so much. That goes without saying." And your dad gets up and he comes. He didn't even say much. He was just like,
He's a quiet man, but he
He has to mull things over before
Yeah.
he can respond, and I know that about him.
I think that really caught them off guard too. So they just were not.
Yeah.
They weren't expecting it, so they had to take a second.
I was so nervous for no reason.
You're probably more nervous for that.
I was shaking. Everything, and we were all talking outside about nothing. And I was just, in my head, I was like, "Oh my god, ask him! Just do it now! Just do it now! Just do it now! Just talk about it now."
Meanwhile, they're like, blah, 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 look at the birds. Like,
Let's throw the ball for the dog.
yeah.
Oh, your dog started barking at the word bird. So anyway, I asked them. It was all great. I didn't ask permission. I asked for a blessing.
Yeah. And you mentioned you were like, do you have any questions? Which I think
Yeah.
is really sweet and considerate.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I did open up the floor, and your mom had nothing. She was.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's
I've
no
never-
questions to ask.
I've never known her to just not. I didn't know if she'd ask. I didn't even know, but I was just prepared in case she did. And then that was that. And when we came home, I am the biggest procrastinator, so I put it out of my mind. We planned the trip together though,
Yeah,
because we
we just wanted to recreate our first date, and then both of us separately thought it would be a good time to do the thing that we wanted to do, that we had talked about doing back in April.
Yeah. So we always do romance together. I'm always like, hey, I want to take you on a date. Hey, we haven't done a date in a while. And so she went to the East Coast for 3 weeks, then came home, and we took care of Riley, Allie and Holland's dog. And then you went and house sat, and then we went to the Jonas Brothers concert. And there was so much there
was so much going on.
Yeah, so much going on that it made sense for us to be like, hey, let's go away, just you and me.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done that.
Yeah.
In a while. There hasn't been a moment just between us. So we booked the hotel together. We decided, we're like, okay, first night we'll get there. We'll, then go up to where we had our first date, which 2 years ago for Christmas. Oh my gosh. There's so much to the story. There's so many weavers and outers. So on our first date, our official first date, I came and picked up Abbie in my truck. We wanted to stargaze. Mm-hmm. So we went and got dinner, ate dinner on the beach, and then just started driving up into the mountains of this town near where she lived. And we stopped at a liquor store, got a bottle of wine, a couple shooters, and then just drove until we found a little turnoff that was dark enough.
We were looking for the right. I remember that night we were looking for the right, because there were a couple turnoffs, but
they weren't big enough.
We were like, they weren't big enough, or it didn't seem pretty, or like it wasn't secluded enough, or whatever. Or if it was like you couldn't see the sky because there were too many trees. And so we had to look for the perfect place.
And we drove for a while. So we went and found a turnoff, our first date, and I had made a bed in the back of my truck, and we ended up spending the night under the stars. And that was our first date, in the back of my truck with the bed or whatever. And so for 2 years ago for Christmas, Abbie went and found that same turnoff because we didn't know where it was.
Yeah, we like did that, left, didn't go back for 2 years.
Yeah. But
so then
also, like, on our first date, we're not gonna be like, I have to mark this in my calendar. There was a lot of stuff that we didn't do. We didn't take a screenshot of our first FaceTime. We have
You're not like thinking of those things in the moment.
No.
You look back and you're like, oh, I wish I would have done that, but you're not thinking of it in the moment. So we didn't necessarily keep track of where we were or anything, like make a note of it. So
maybe
then
we didn't jinx it.
Yeah, maybe. So 2 years later, for like our anniversary for Christmas,
it was Christmas,
I think you said, I went on Etsy because I love Etsy.
She's
and
an
I
Etsy
found
girl.
a company that if you give them the coordinates for a specific place, they find it on a map and they like heart the exact coordinate, and you can tell them what you want it to say. Like I said, like Abbie and Rachel, and then like the date of our first date.
Mm-hmm.
And it had the map of the area with a heart right over the exact coordinates.
Yeah.
And I framed it and I gave that to her for one of her gifts.
Yeah. So we
we had that in our bedroom.
Yeah. So we knew where the spot was. And so Abbie literally punched those in.
I did. I was like, okay, I need to just type in these coordinates. I was like 34 N, like, 7 whatever, and then West W. I'm like, I don't even know if Google Maps is gonna know what the fuck I'm doing.
They did,
and it did. I put in exactly what it said without the little. There's like those little degrees at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't put those in, but I put in the north and the west.
Yeah.
And all the numbers with the dots, and it went zoop right to it on the map. And I was like, okay, I don't know. I think this might be it. We'll find it.
1 sec. I'm going to change the battery on this camera because it's about to die. Okay. Sorry. We're back. So that's how we found the spot. But everyone on my vlog channel has seen the proposal from my perspective. Me, the day of, running around, being a complete goober. A lot of people want to know.
Which I love watching, by the way. Just being able to watch that back and see from my perspective, it's so different.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on behind the scenes for like you.
Yes.
And I loved watching that.
Yeah. So a lot of people want to know what you were doing because I mentioned in my vlog that, as if you have your vlog. No, but I mentioned in my video that you had started redoing the bedroom bed, the duvet covers and whatnot.
I just had a thought the night before. I hyperfixate on things sometimes, and I just decided I was gonna redo our bedroom / bed sheets, pillows, the vibe of the room, if you will.
It looks great, by the way.
And it was sort of just it happened at the same time, but I think it was me sort of looking for something to like fixate on and distract myself from the nerves or anxiety from what was going to happen.
Yeah. I'd say like I didn't get nervous to start thinking about it until like a week before.
Yeah, I would say a few days before, a week to a few days before it really started to sink in. And because we just like go about our normal lives.
Yeah.
And we're busy doing things. You're busy doing things. I'm busy doing things. And then you kind of put it off. You don't want to think about it too much. And then those days leading up, you're like, okay, it's like 4 more days. Okay, it's 3 more days. And you start stressing about what you're going to say and how it's going to go. And are they going to say yes? Like, obviously. You know, it's just like the unknown. That's the most
I think there's just so much pressure on it.
There is so much pressure.
Because I never thought that you would say no.
Yeah, and like I knew that it should be filmed.
Yeah.
And so I was stressing about what that was going to look like and how I was going to present things, and I don't know. It's just getting down on one knee. Like I don't know. It's just like a lot. So
I practiced getting down on one knee.
Of course you did. Of course you practiced. I did not practice once. I should have, but I didn't.
Yours actually looked better than mine.
Luckily it worked out, but I feel like I should have practiced at least once.
You did great.
So
you did great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know. I watched back the video. I'm like, oh, I look good on one knee.
My leg is like but I was thrown off. You
looked great. Well, yeah. I mean, look, yeah. It's like you were expecting to be.
I had it so planned out,
and then you kind of got sidestepped. Your thunder was taken from me.
I'm so happy it was.
It was just exactly what I knew was supposed to happen the entire time, and so
we both talked about how like we hadn't been up to that spot since the first time we were there. We hadn't seen it in the daylight. There was no place where like, oh, at this rock I'm going to propose or at this exact moment when the fireworks go off. Like there was no exact spot or exact time for either of us.
I think that also made me a little nervous, just not knowing.
Because we got up there in my brain, and we had talked about this, and in her brain as well. It's like, when? Okay.
Yeah.
Now? Where? Who? When? Like, there was so much unknown, and it was, with anything with us, like, we just know when it's right. I was like, I knew, like, when we got up there, I was like, okay, we have to set up. And then I had said, like, let's go on a little walk. And
I was just letting her take the lead. I was like, when it happens, I guess. Like, I'll just hope that the opportunity arises.
Because I had said, I think it helped because I was talking about, like, even leading up, I was talking about, like, how my gel nail polish needs to be redone. I was like, oh, I'm going to go get my hair trimmed. And, like, you were like, oh, yeah. I think, like, there were so many things where I was, like, trying to over prepare and and you were like, yeah,
I was like, I'm never gonna say no to
but you're like, well, that works out great for me.
And also I didn't want to, it would have been weird for me to initiate, like, oh, let's go get our nails done. Like, you always are the one to initiate that. But I remember saying, like, in the proposal video, like, I wasn't gonna say no to any of those things. I was just down for it and thinking, okay, check that off. Like, again, it was just like working out so well.
But
I didn't know it was because you were planning the same thing I was planning. I just like had less planning involved in mine, and was just like, great. So glad that Rachel is playing these things randomly and it's going to work out for my proposal that I want to do.
You had mentioned like you had like it had kind of crossed your mind, but you said like, oh, if she doesn't propose, this is great because I've completely caught her off guard.
Yeah, I think I was mostly, I kind of assumed
There was just
it
like
might.
yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed like I thought it was the perfect opportunity. So like,
Would I not think the same
would
thing?
Rachel not think the same thing? Yes.
Didn't think about it at all. I was just like, I hope she doesn't realize I'm gonna do it.
And that is again so us. Like I
Yeah.
overthink everything, and
But as you had mentioned,
Yeah.
you're like when you started saying like, oh, there's a TikTok and vlog. Like there's this TikTok I want to do. You were like, okay, that might be the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's go on a walk. Thinking I was like, maybe I'll do it on the walk, but the opportunity didn't present itself. It didn't. I was too nervous. I was just genuinely too nervous.
I was also nervous, but I was trying really hard not to show that.
Yeah.
So
Well, you have this great trait where you don't externally show anything. And everything I do is all external. When I'm angry, I shake. Like when I'm
yeah.
like, everything, my body does not withhold anything within. Everything is external with me. When I go get like laser hair removal and it hurts, like my feet are like just twitching the whole time. And I look at Abbie and she's stone cold, like nothing's happening to her.
I'm just like breathing. I'm like, breathe through it, but like quietly.
Yes, you don't know anything's happening to her.
Yeah.
So I was trying so hard to just not show anything.
I just remember thinking, if she does, I have to beat her to it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know it was like 65%, 70% thought maybe you might do it, but I knew, I was told back in March, like I am proposing, so I have to do it. And so I just I kind of like seized the moment in a way where I saw an opportunity with you filming and like the TikTok or whatever. I'm like, oh, another TikTok. But like, I don't know. And then I kind of blacked out too, because you're like, okay, we're going to do this. And I'm like, what are we doing? I feel like I remember saying, what do you want to do? And you're like, well, we're going to do this. I don't remember anything after that. I was like, okay, get down. But the ring was in my back.
The ring got stuck in her pocket.
Well, I had these shorts on, and actually it was perfect because I couldn't have the ring box, obviously.
Yeah,
the ring box was literally this thick.
So, fun fact, her ring box was the exact same ring box I had.
Same color.
It was the
And
same
everything.
blue velvet octagon
But they were like
thing.
thick boys.
Yes.
So I remember when I ordered it and it came, I thought, where the fuck am I going to put this?
Yeah. I was trying to
could
think
not
of
put it in a
thing.
pocket.
I had to ditch the box.
Yeah. So I thought the same thing. I was like,
Especially
I'm ditching,
with you don't wear clothes.
I'm ditching the box. I had these shorts on that I love, and there's like a pocket in the back. I don't know I think they're like running shorts. So they're probably for like
a key?
snack.
No, it's
or
a house key or
a house key. Okay.
or your ID
tiny
or whatever.
little pocket in the back of my shorts. And I was like, this is perfect. I threw it in there. But then when I went to go propose, the zipper is so small. I was like, I couldn't find the zipper.
There is a solid 10 seconds where I'm just staring at her. Again,
No,
I am so nervous. I cut it out of the video because it's, you want it to be as cute as possible. But I'm just staring at her. I was like, do you need help with something?
I was like, yes. In my head, I'm like, yes. I didn't foresee this. And that's exactly why I was like nervous, was thinking about the things that I couldn't think about.
Yeah. But
So
I was also like just so nervous. I couldn't even function or know what was going on.
I think I said something too when I was coming, like when I was kneeling.
You said
I was like,
I couldn't fit the box.
Fit the box or something. I don't know. But
I was like, same.
I just brought out the ring. I don't know. And so
Oh,
I thought it was kind of perfect though.
Yeah.
It was so us.
it was
where
very, very us.
we were on the same page without even knowing that the other one was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And that is just the epitome of our relationship. But yeah. Oh, her ring is a little big. I have to get it resized.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have to do like a part 2. You might have to come on next week too, because we didn't answer any of the other questions.
Well, I think they're going to like what we
Yeah.
said.
So we'll answer questions next week. Will you be on next week?
Maybe. No, I will be.
Okay,
I will be.
we'll answer actual questions next
Who
week.
knows if I'll be here that long?
Oh, you're gonna run away now that you got the ring?
No, I was thinking maybe you wouldn't want to have me anymore.
I want you always.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Good.
But yeah, so
We can't just keep going?
I mean, we're already at almost an hour.
I feel like I've seen comments where they're asking for longer episodes.
Yeah, but then I just have to edit longer. But
okay. Well,
we
don't
can
want you to
answer
work
a
longer.
few right now. I just know also in the comments if these people might have more questions. But we can go through a few. A lot of people want to know big wedding or small wedding.
Depends on what you mean by big and small, but I would say on the smaller end,
We've
gonna
talked about
be
it.
like
40 people.
40 fit to 50.
We
50 max. Like that's a lot.
Yeah, Abbie and I are very intimate people. We like small.
Yeah.
When it comes to us, we love going to a big ass wedding. We love when other people throw ragers. But for us, we want it to be, we've talked about this so much. Anyone that comes to our wedding has to have been someone that has been a part of our journey together.
Like it's not like, oh, my friend from this and
That you've never met.
It has to be someone that knows both of us.
Yes.
And has known both of us as partners.
Yes. So
that kind of like makes it a select few. Not makes it a select few, but that does sort of get rid of some people.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people like, oh, this is my high school best friend that you've never met. Like, I want everyone there. No one's meeting for the first time.
No, I don't want to be like, who's that?
Yeah.
Whose boyfriend is that? Whose girlfriend is that? No. It should be everyone that is there. I should be excited and know them.
Yes.
I should be excited that they're there and I should know them.
Yes. And so, but anyone can do their wedding however they want. But for us, that's kind of that's for how our vibe is.
Yeah.
And it has to be people that have not just have known us, but have supported us.
Yeah.
I don't want to say voted for our rights, but voted for our rights as a couple to get married.
You can absolutely say that.
Yeah. But like, we don't want anyone there that isn't for, because we are gay. And
I don't know if you knew, but
if you know that
Rachel and I are both girls.
So we don't want anyone there that's voted for us to not have the right to marry each other.
That's very important to both of us.
Yes.
So
destination wedding or backyard small wedding?
Destination.
We're doing a destination wedding.
Surprise, surprise.
We'll talk more on
we say
wedding
one?
stuff. Or you can talk about it now.
We'll tell you later.
All right. We've already got some things in the works. We've because 0 to 100, right when we're like, oh yeah, we should get married. Okay, where, when, how many people, what's it look like?
I knew exactly what I wanted. Well, I knew exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
I was just hoping Rachel would say yes.
And I loved it because it's very fitting.
Yeah.
What we have decided is very fitting. We've already picked out what flavor our wedding cake would be, our first dance. Before we even, either of us had decided on when we were proposing, we had already decided on things about the wedding because that's just who we are.
Yes.
Does your fam support? Every single person in our family, our intimate family, fully supports us.
Yes.
And
which is so incredibly just amazing.
Yeah.
And not, it's not something to be taken for granted.
No.
And not everyone's families are supportive.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate that, and we realize that is something that's very special.
Yeah. Your parents and your siblings and my parents and my siblings are over the moon. My cousin Andrew sent me the nicest text message.
Shout out to Andrew.
I fucking love Andrew. Sent the nicest text message.
He did.
So did my cousin Stephanie. Like the other day we went to my cousin Amy's, her daughter's first birthday, and I had an aunt and some cousins there, and everyone is just so stoked. And I absolutely
was dragging me around the party. It was a party for a 1-year-old.
And she was showing everyone
she was dragging me around, showing all of her friends my engagement ring.
People I've never met.
She's like, and she literally said to me, she's like, I'm just going to embarrass you guys for a little bit longer. She didn't ask. She said, I'll just embarrass you guys for a little bit longer. Of course I said, you're not embarrassing us. But she dragged me around by my hand.
She's like, this is my niece's fiance.
And look at her ring. And threw my hand into these people's faces. It was so sweet. I love her so much.
I know.
She gave me a big old kiss on the cheek. Mm-hmm. She was like, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I've always loved her.
Yeah. Like everyone's just been so great. And I didn't expect anything. I expected our families to react. Actually, I didn't expect like my aunts and cousins to be as big with their reactions. I knew that they would be excited, but everyone just loves you. Everyone in my family is obsessed with you, as they should be. But like, you as a person, phenomenal. And then they've seen how happy you've made me. And
I
how
think
great
everyone
our
is
life
also
is
just
together.
Everyone knows and loves you so much and is just happy that you found someone that compliments you and
loves me and
highlights
supports me
you and supports you and loves you. Yeah. It's the dream for a family member to see the person you love be with someone that treats them well.
Yeah.
And I think that's what both of our families feel is just they're ecstatic that we're just loved and treated and supported and respected.
Yeah.
Well,
Colleen is insistent on calling you sister constantly.
I know I'm obsessed with it. I love it because I obviously don't have sisters. So
yeah. So that's been a lot of fun. And we're very, very, very lucky, especially as a gay couple, to have such supportive family.
Yeah, we really are.
Yeah. Was there any moment when you almost spilled the secret? Was there any moment you almost accidentally mentioned it or told me?
I feel like there were a couple times I wanted to show you the ring.
Same.
And like I could have, because it wouldn't have given away when I wanted to propose.
Yeah.
But you can't show the person the ring.
No, and I didn't know you had it.
It's just so weird though to be like having this big thing. It's so exciting and you can't share it with the person you want to share it with.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say there was like a moment I almost spilled, like oopsie accidental situation, but there were a couple times where I was like, I wish I could just like, it's right here, like I just want to show it to her.
I just want to make sure you like it first.
Do you like it?
Oh, yeah. Someone said honeymoon thoughts. Honeymoon immediately after the wedding. I'm not doing that bullshit where it's like a year later. We're getting married and then we're going on the honeymoon. No ifs, ands, or buts.
100%. Yeah.
No, I will not do that thing. A lot of people never end up even taking a honeymoon. And statistically, we looked up a lot of statistics. People that have a honeymoon are more likely to have a lasting marriage.
Yep.
So we're like, okay. And there's a certain like price point.
Yeah.
That if you stay under, you're more likely to stay together.
For your wedding.
For your wedding. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you for finishing the thought. So we're like looking at things being like, okay, as if our love isn't the thing that shows us that we'll last. But
we're just nervous. We're just thinking about things.
But it shows a lot. Like if you are just excited to get married and you aren't like doing it for the wedding, because we're not getting married for the wedding.
No.
You know, that shows that you guys want to be together. If you want to go on the honeymoon, it means like you're taking time for yourselves, and it means a lot to you. That's just it's because of who you are as people, and we are those types of people.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I'm not spending $100,000 on a wedding. That is stupid, and I wouldn't be with someone who wanted to do that.
Spend that much money. It's crazy.
It is insane.
So much of that is gone the next day.
It's not even remembered.
So much of that is gone the next day. The only things that last are the photos, the video.
That's it.
I mean, your memories, but if you're
drinking
a little bit drinking and I mean, yeah, that's it. That's all you have. That's all you have to hang on to. So
yeah,
I think food is important, but I've been to so many weddings, and unless it's terrible food or it's incredibly good food, you don't fucking remember the food.
But people always remember the drunk food at the end of the night.
Yes.
Like,
oh my gosh, yes.
The taco
my cousin
cart, the pizza delivery.
My cousins who had their, well, my cousin who had pizza at the end of her wedding.
Yeah. That's what people remember.
That's what people remember. I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember what I ate during their wedding.
I tried to think about it. Couldn't remember.
We sat. It was like it was served.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
I remember the table, but that's it.
Yeah, but kinda.
We've been to so many weddings together. I don't remember a single served dinner.
Because that doesn't matter. People are going to eat whatever's in front of them. But when it's
I remember Zara's, and it's because she had a special meal prepared for me. Because I was...
Oh, I don't remember. I was
fully prepared to eat dairy and go against all my restrictions because I was very, very non-dairy at the time. And she, without even talking to me, because I never want to be a burden or a nuisance to anybody.
Of course.
And I'm going to your event. Don't worry about me. I'll feed myself. I'll deal with it.
She's like, I'll eat the grass on the side of the house.
I'll either go against my eating protocol or I won't eat or I'll bring my own food. And Zara had a special. She had spaghetti with marinara sauce made for me special.
Oh my gosh, that's actually so thoughtful.
Yes, but
I don't remember what I ate. I'm sure it was good. I mean, I was fed that night. But that's the thing is you don't think back to your own wedding or think back to like being at a wedding. You don't remember what the food was.
No.
But you remember if they like had a special
snack
at the
dessert
end or dessert or something that was later on. Mm-hmm. That's not normal to like a wedding. And that's what I want. And I already, there's going to be pasta.
Yeah. Oh, there's going to be pasta.
There's going to be pasta at the end of the night.
There's going to be
yeah.
Pasta as your late night meal? Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I am going to call it now.
Okay.
It's been an hour. That's a lot of editing.
I have so
for
much
me.
editing to do.
I
hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope we answered enough of your questions, but are leaving you a little bit on the edge of like, if you have more questions, ask later.
She will be on again next week.
Yeah.
And so if you have any questions in this on, a lot of people ask just normal everyday questions.
Yeah.
And I would love to answer those as well. But for now, I just know if we wanted to tell the whole fucking story from start to finish, that answers a lot of questions.
It would be 4 hours long.
It all started on December blah 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 of 2001. 2020. Sorry.
December 22nd of 2020.
Mm-hmm. She messaged me. Da da da. Thank you, Hinge. All right, guys.
I initiated and I proposed.
She gets it done.
I get things done. I close, baby.
Yeah, you do. You see something you want and you go for it. And I'm just like, hi, you're pretty.
You were going to close.
Yeah.
I just beat you to it, babe.
I know. And I'm okay with that. I absolutely loved what happened.
I love knowing that you were going to do it.
Mm-hmm. It was perfect. Mm-hmm. It was very us and very perfect. Love you.
I love you.
I wouldn't have changed anything.
Me either.
You want to marry me?
Yes.
All right. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I will see you next time with another episode. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya!